Pat, welcome to WION.
How are you going?
Very good. You're an Australian who, as the headlines say, has bowled India over with one very kind gesture. What inspired you to donate $50,000 for pandemic relief in India?
Well, first of all, we're in the middle of the IPL, which is happening here in India, and the situation outside isn't great. So, a few things. India have been so good to me over the years. The people are so kind, and hold a really dear place in my heart. So, feel like I try and help us, do my little bit. It's not a great situation at the moment. So anything we can do to help.
Much appreciated. You're already a star. Now you're a hero for so many in India. Did you expect the kind of response that you got after your announcement?
No, not really. It's been quite overwhelming. Just trying to do it to help out a little bit. And the response by cricketers and people outside the cricket community has been huge. So. As much as the money, hopefully awareness, helping people to stay home and, keep up the morale in a really tough time, makes a bit of a difference.
It does. Why did you choose the PM Cares platform to make your donation?
I was just chatting to a couple of the guys here at Kolkata Knight Riders. They've had a huge, they've been really generous in their donations to the PM Cares Fund over the last year or so. Shahrukh, donated himself here, so they just, suggested that was the way to go. So, chatting to a few people back home in Australia who are keen to help out as well. We might try and set up something in the next few days over there to direct a few more resources to some charities over here. But that was where I chose to go initially.
Right. I'm also sure you're aware that the IPL is facing calls for suspension from certain sections, given the situation that India finds itself in. KKR Captain Morgan said that the IPL should go on as long as it does not hamper the country's fight against the pandemic. What do you think? Will stopping the IPL help?
I don't think so. We doing everything we can to make sure we don't take any resources, out of the front line. I think. Of course, there's going to be there's an aspect that us playing every night for 3 or 4 hours hopefully contributes to maybe people staying home or if not, at least being part of a routine that people can help them get through each day. So I don't think ending the IPL is the answer. But of course, it's it is only cricket. It's not important in the scheme of everything else.
Do you find it odd that you as an Australian have made this donation, but a lot of your Indian counterparts have not that we know of?
Yeah, I mean, I just did what I wanted to do. Obviously, everyone can do whatever they want. I'm sure some people are helping out in ways, not publicly as well. So, I'll keep doing what I can.
And inspiring others, perhaps? Do you see some of them coming forward after you made the first move?
Yeah, potentially. I think we're really lucky in the position we are to have such a big voice and such big impact. So, of course, I felt a bit of a responsibility to try and do my bit and continue to do so. Hopefully, make some kind of difference. It's a situation out there that needs every help it can get.
Pat, what does it feel like being part of such a high-octane cricket tournament in the present circumstances? I know you're in a bubble, but how do you create that mental bubble?
I think last year, gave us a good insight into compartmentalise the cricket side of things, and then also life inside the bubble. But we're used to it now. It's kind of a year in. We feel really lucky that we're able to play. In the current circumstances.
And I understand that because we as spectators also miss the crowds. When we watch the IPL at home, we hear canned cheers and the ambience on TV. But we know that you're playing in front of empty stands. What's it like? Do you miss the thrum of a stadium full of people?
Of course. Yeah, there's nothing like the adrenaline rush when there's a full stadium packed out. I mean, here Ahmedabad. It's an incredible stadium, 120,000 people, and it's empty. So it's a bit of a different feeling. I think they've done well. You see the signage, the screens around the outside, the crowd noises. So there certainly is some atmosphere. But of course, we miss the screaming fans. Kolkata playing at Eden Gardens in front of a packed house. There's nothing like that.
Matt, you've seen more than your share of struggles. You've seen what injuries can do to a player and how you overcome this. And this pandemic has been a sort of a collective experience for people going through a difficult phase. How has it changed you as a person?
I think my injuries, pale in comparison to anything that's going out there at the moment. You just got to take it day by day. You can't think too far ahead. You just got to overcome the immediate, what's in front of you. So, I guess I'm trying to stay a bit more present and just live for each day, try and do your bit each day, and it all adds up in the end.
Right. Let's talk about cricket, and I'm not an expert, but I have some questions for you. What are some of the moments that you remember from your time playing in India, because you've often called India second home, some of your best memories?
Yeah, spent a lot of time over here. I think my first taste of IPL was with Kolkata as well in 2014, and we won the tournament that year. I think I played 1 or 2 games, but just standing on the sideline, especially for the final, incredible scenes. We flew back to Kolkata. We had a packed stadium just as we did a lap of honour. The streets were lined with hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, it's crazy that you can fly to the other side of the world and you've got such big support. But I think more than anything, playing over here, the Indian fans are just fans of cricket. So, even if you're in the opposition, they're still really respectful, really, support good quality cricket. So I've always felt, a lot of love coming back from the Indian fans.
Who's the most prized wicket in this season of the IPL or ODI for that matter?
There's too many to name. Not going to name one. There's, every team there seems to be 3 or 4 players who are superstars. It's great that you have not only your Indian superstars, but each team has 1 or 2 captains or international, experienced players. So plenty going around.
No names.
No names.
Okay. The toughest batsman to bowl to from the current pool of players?
Again, no names. There's too many. Each team has a couple of guns in each time. Every season, there's always 1 or 2 new up and comers who kind of light up the tournament. So no names.
Name a historic cricket match that you would have loved to play in.
There's quite a few. I think the 1999 Cricket World Cup, Australia semi-final, off the last ball, that gets replayed a lot.
Your first memory of playing cricket?
Just in the backyard. I've got 2 older brothers, so as soon as I could walk, I was chasing them around the backyard, swinging the bat.
That sounds like fun. What's on your reading list?
A bit of everything. I've read a few novels, a bit of non-fiction. I read a finance book the other day, trying to read a few old classics. I've been pretty lazy this tournament so far. I haven't read too much. You
don't give names at all. My final question to you, for your fans who are watching you and others who are watching you from in India today and elsewhere, what's your message to them as they deal with the pandemic on a personal and perhaps even a social level?
I think just don't underestimate the impact that you can have individually. It might not feel like you're doing a lot just by staying home, but that's having a huge impact. When you do, leave the house, make sure you're wearing a mask, socially distance, sanitize your hands, try and make sure all your friends and people around you are doing the same thing. It's not going to be forever, but just hang in there. We're all thinking it's obviously a really tough time. Hopefully we get through this and just thinking of you.
Matt Cummins, thanks very much for being with us. All the best to you.
Thanks.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.